establishment of BATSUB in Belize due to the increase in training exercises that are taking place on Belizean terrain. News 5's Isani Caetano reports.
The arrival of Lieutenant General James Everard, one of the highest-ranking military officers in the British Army, at Price Barracks shortly after midday, was met with an inspection of the Guard of Honor. Upon reaching the dais, the Commander Land Forces, Brigadier General David Jones at his right, stood in salute facing the officers of the Belize Defense Force Service and Support Battalion. From there, he would proceed to carefully scrutinize 2 rows of ranking soldiers. General Everard's trip to Belize is a brief working visit.
It's quite pivotal that he's here. It shows the keen interest that the British Army has to come back to Belize and the support that they're keen to provide to the Belize Defense Force. It signifies that there's going to be greater cooperation from what occurred in 2011 when they had downsized in their size of their unit here. And he is the person that actually will make the decision. Whatever decision he makes will happen. So he's here to personally see what's happening in Belize, what's available for the British Army to do, and what level of cooperation can be given to the Belize Defense Force.
Since gradually pulling out of Belize back in 2011, the British Army has been focused on other campaigns, deploying troops to areas such as Iraq and Afghanistan. At present, the UK's principal land warfare force is considering restoring its presence here in Belize.
And one of the areas that we're very keen to explore is re-establishing our training presence in Belize. As you know, we've had about 900 soldiers here this year. I think we'll be just over 2,000 next year, and I think that will establish a pattern of activity that we hope to maintain over a prolonged period. And not just training benefit for ourselves, but this time doing much more in concert with your own defence force to help develop our lessons to mutual advantage.
Late this afternoon, following a conference at Price Barracks, both commanders called on Prime Minister Dean Barrow.
After meetings that I will have with him today and discussions that he will have with the Prime Minister, we will hear from him before he leaves in regards to what level of support BATSUB will be here in Belize and what level of support the British Army will be supporting Belize and the Belize Defence Force in particular.
In acknowledging the role of the Belize Defence Force, General Everard says that the BDF has supported the British Army tremendously, for the most part, through its partnership with BATSUB.
And your Army's been hugely supportive in the terms of what we've been doing here. And I think my message for the Prime Minister will be that to thank him for all the help we've had as we re-establish our presence here, and to look to the future to see what more we can do together.
Does this signify a permanent presence in terms of the number of soldiers who will be stationed here, or is this just on a rotational basis for training?
No, it's a very good question, and we have this dreadful word in the UK called austerity, which means we do everything, whether we train in Kenya or Canada, on a sort of austere footprint. We are going to put a larger permanent presence here, but it will still be small in comparison to what we had in the past. You know, but the important thing for me is that regular drumbeat of training. So, you know, the 7 company exercises, a battalion exercise next year, and each one of those exercises bringing with it a training team that will work alongside your own defence forces, hopefully to mutual benefit.
But does the return of the British Army mean aerial support for the Belize Defence Force?
That, for me, is almost the more important aspect of us coming back here. You know, we look at this part of the world, the only Commonwealth nation in Central America, of course, is Belize. We've been old friends for a long time. I think your Prime Minister's vision for defence, which I've read, is very clear. And we, working with other multinational partners, and you'll know there's been a very good multinational cooperation meeting shortly with the US, the Canadians, ourselves, and your own defence forces, working together to carry that forward to really deliver what you need.
Lieutenant General Everard's arrival today was preceded by the visit of Major General E.A. Smith Osborne on Tuesday. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Caetano.
3 Belize City men accused of the November 23, 2012 murder of BDF soldier James Norales learned their fate this morning. Norales' bullet-ridden body was found lying on the pavement